Yeah, thanks for taking your time to have an interview with us. I'll just start with some like general questions about you guys. Where did you guys meet for the first time?
We all met in college at Sarah Lawrence, which is in New York.
Okay. Did you all study music, or what did you study there?
Yeah, we all studied like jazz and blues performance mostly.
Okay.
Yeah, the music program at our school was really cool because it had a lot of different options for classes. So there was like, orchestration, post-tonal theory, chamber improv, but then also, hip-hop ensemble.
Okay, cool.
Lots of blues groups, jazz improv. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Are you still doing jobs aside from doing music, or is this like your full-time job?
It's pretty hard to find time to do anything other than this.
Yeah, we're going to be on tour for like pretty much the next 4 months or so. So yeah, none of us have jobs anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. You just said that you had like all sorts of different music stuff at your school. So how come you do the music you do right now? So why did you decide for this kind of style or not, and not like jazz or anything else?
I think we like to think that we bring a little bit of all of those other influences into what we do.
Okay.
We don't really have any type of set of rules that we make music with. So, yeah, we're sort of constantly integrating different things that we've studied and just different things in music that interest us.
Yeah. So what would you describe the genre that you play? Like, what's just as a mix, or would you label it somehow?
I like to call it impulsive rock music.
Impulsive rock music.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, whatever, if Leah writes a folk ballad, we'll play a folk ballad. If Leah writes like a metal tune, we'll play a metal tune, and we might play both of those within the same song. So
that's cool.
Yeah, pretty much whatever we want. There wasn't really like a sit down and like this is the sound. You know what I mean? We kind of just do it the way we know how.
Cool.
It's good.
The Pact is your 4th album, right?
Yes.
And what do you think sets the new album apart from the older ones, like everyone else, or of course you do?
So The Pact is the longest that we've ever gotten to spend making a record.
Okay.
So there's that. We got to spend a lot more time sort of experimenting with different textures and trying songs multiple ways and seeing what feels right. This is also the first record that we've released that we've worked with a producer on in this capacity where he definitely had a lot of different instruments and sonic ideas to bring to the table. Yeah, it's this guy Billy Bush. He's really awesome.
Cool
Dude. Yeah.
Nice. How long have you been working on the album in total?
I mean, it took probably about like a year and a half from the time we first went into the studio and like cut a demo. Obviously not something that's like on a finished product, but yeah, like the first demos we cut, between that and the finished product like being completely done and mastered was a solid year and a half or so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we like to demo things a lot of times, really make sure they feel right, try different iterations. We're all very thorough.
Yeah. What inspires you for your songs? Like, where do you get your inspiration from?
Being alive.
So basically, like everything that happens in your lives.
My life and beyond, I suppose.
Playing here is your first European headlining show, right? And how does it feel?
It feels great. This whole run has been awesome for us. We started in the UK, did 5 shows over there, came over here, doing another 5, and yeah, it's been great. Everyone's really turned up for us, and it's been our first time, so it's been really great.
Cool. A lot of the shows have been selling out, which is really cool in terms of attendance. We had kind of no idea what to expect in terms of attendance for shows over here because we haven't done it before. And then more often than not, the shows have been selling out and packed and really attentive, kind crowd. And
Oh, that's pretty awesome feedback then.
Yeah, it's been great.
Cool. How many times have you been to Europe before, apart from playing here? So have you been to Europe before?
Once for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
I did that classic, like, I'm going to go to Amsterdam when I'm 18 years old trip.
Okay. How did you like it?
Oh, I had a great time.
And yeah, how do you like the places you've been to so far?
They've all been really great. It's always just nice to play to new audiences and meet new people. There's some cities you'll intuitively connect more with than others, of course, but yeah, you know, we're happy to go where the people want us to come. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you have like time apart from playing those cities to like explore a little bit or see something, or is it just
not really. Yeah, we're on
not
like a
so
super
much.
intense schedule this
Okay.
this run, so it's a kind of like play the show and
Just,
travel
like,
to
run
the next
through?
one. Yeah, we're doing 10 shows in 11 days.
Okay.
One day off we had in the middle. We had to take the ferry from England over to France, so that was like pretty much our entire travel day, just being in the van and on the boat and then in the van again. So
yeah, so pretty
Yeah.
stressful, I guess.
kind of stressful, kind of tiring. You know, it's just it's a lot of work,
Yeah,
but it's going great. We're having a good time.
that's good. So overall, what is the difference between a European crowd and a crowd in the US?
I think it's hard to make generalizations like that.
Mhm.
I've been asked this question before, and you know, I think every city is different. The way that every person is different, and you know, you never really know what you're gonna get. I'll say one thing I noticed last night that was interesting is we did Cologne and it was sold out, really, really crowded, and people were really quiet and attentive and didn't necessarily like rock out super hard, but they were really present. And then once we left stage, people just didn't like cheer, but just kept like clapping for like 5 minutes. And we were like, we had already done like the encore thing, so we were like not gonna go back out. But it was just like very like theater clapping for like a long time.
Okay,
I appreciated it. It was nice. It was like, it's cool.
so that's like a
Maybe
different
that-
type of
Yeah,
attendance.
America's all, "Gah!"
Yeah.
You know, a little more raucous, if
Okay,
you will.
so do you think Hamburg is going to be different?
I don't know.
What's your
Do
expectation?
you?
I do, yeah.
You do think it's going to be
I
different?
do think it's going to be entirely different.
More horns up here, right?
More so than in
This is a
Cologne,
wild
probably.
street. I was like, oh, it was like
Yeah.
definitely like more lit out here than it was in Cologne last night. So,
What did you play in Cologne?
the Blue Shell.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be different from Cologne.
Okay. Well, hopefully everyone's very nice and has beautiful boundaries. So, we'll see.
Well, yeah. Thanks for having the interview with us, and we're pretty excited to see the show ourselves.
Awesome.
Awesome.
And-
Thank you guys. Thanks so much.
And I hope you have an awesome show and rest of the tour. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Yeah.
See you guys on the other side.
Cheers.